Hello and welcome to a new episode of Overseas Go to Masters, or we converse with RevOps and GTM leaders from some of the most successful companies today and learn from their unique stories. Joining us today is Burak C, Chief Operating Officer at Jotform. Burak, thanks for joining us. Could you start by telling listeners a bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here. I'm Burak. I'm COO at Jotform. I have an engineering background, and I joined Jotform almost 8 years ago. So when you guys are watching this, it's probably more than 8 years because it's the anniversary is almost there. So yeah, I guess briefly that's it.
Interesting. You started your career as a software engineer, and today you're the CEO of the same company. So, how did that transition happen, and how is having a technical background shaping the way you operate the business, Burak?
Yeah, I do have an engineering background, but still, pretty much everyone in my family have a degree in law. So, I'm the only one who has an engineering degree. But still, it's I was always interested in social skills, so I have always been trying to improve myself on that front. I also have a degree on IT law, for instance, and even during college, I was always the one who's doing presentations in auditoriums, in the project groups. So I believe my skill set helped me a lot on having a role as a CEO. To be honest, so maybe I should talk about the journey. How I ended up here. And I started my career as a software developer, but before joining Jotform, I was leading multiple teams across multiple continents, multiple countries. So I was acting as a bridge between upper management of the company and the technical teams. So, and which requires both technical skills and social skills. That's how I joined Jotform. I met with our CEO at a party, and he just offered me the position of growth manager at Jotform. So, because growth is pretty much the same. You need to understand people's intention, and develop products that are aligned with those intentions. So, after leading the growth teams for 3 years, I was promoted to the COO role in the company. So that's how I ended up here.
Interesting. And with your company celebrating 20th anniversary this year, which is not very common in SaaS, what do you think has allowed Jotform to stay relevant and continue growing over 2 decades while the industry keeps changing over time?
Well, it's gonna be a cliche, but the only constant in life is change itself, right? So uh, there's something unique about our company, about Jotform, which is we are a bootstrapped company, which means we don't have any investors. So um, once you have investors, those guys are, of course, focusing on maximizing the return on their investment, but that's not the case for us. So we have freedom to focus on what our customers need, actually. So that's why we have been adding more features, more products for the last 20 years. So, we are changing our product constantly, testing new ideas. And that's how, we achieved to survive after 20 years, which is, really hard these days because thanks to the AI revolution. But, we are still doing good on that front as well. As long as you try to keep up with what people actually need, then, you can survive.
Indeed, yeah. And with you mentioning about AI, there's a lot of noise around AI right now. From your perspective as a CEO, how do you separate where AI actually adds real value, or from where it's just hype? And how has AI started to change the way your teams, work day to day?
Well, regarding our day-to-day operations, we are trying to utilize AI in pretty much everywhere, and it's all about increasing the productivity of our teams. So we are using it in marketing, in product development, and sales everywhere. So as long as it's adding value to what you do, then it's not hype. So that's the case for product development as well. The main principle of product development hasn't changed. It was the case 20 years ago. It was the case today as well. In the era of AI. So as long as you are providing a benefit to your users, to people, then it's not hype. People do really use your product and your retention rates are high, and people pay for your subscriptions. As long as you are working on a real world problem and solving it actually. So
Yeah, very much. Yeah. And you also mentioned that, while you're directly not involved with the technical infrastructure for sales team, you do partner with them on things like annual commission structures. So how do you approach those conversations to make sure that incentives stay fair, motivating, and aligned with your company goals, Barak?
well, regarding the incentives of the sales team, we do have a VP, who's taking care of numbers, but still, we believe that our numbers are really good because the salespeople, especially the good ones, are, you know, they do not leave the company. Our turnover rate is really low. We didn't have a sales team until we released our enterprise product. So our salespeople are only focusing on selling Jotform Enterprise, but we as a company have a land and expand kind of strategy. I mean, that's been followed by all of the teams in the company. So our product is actually Jotform is an online form builder, basically speaking. So in an organization, pretty much every journey starts with a form. So we land to an organization with just one use case and with just one person. And then when people discover more use cases, they onboard more colleagues or start using the platform more actively. And then they are driven to our enterprise package by nature. So this is our strategy. And every team in Jotform is aligned with this goal. So that's how we achieve this alignment among our teams. So it's not just on the shoulders of our salespeople; it's on each and every employee in Jotform.
Got it. Got it. Understood. And typically in a SaaS company, operations sits at the intersection of product, engineering, and go-to-market. So how do you ensure these teams stay aligned as the company scales up?
Um, well, regarding the alignment, actually, it all starts from our organization chart. I believe we really don't like silos, so that's why we try to build small and agile teams that are cross-functional. Um, so these teams are decoupled and working on their own. The product teams have their designers, front-end developers, back-end developers, all the pieces that they need within that team. So they are all trying to contribute to the company's overall, roadmap. And uh, this is also interesting. We do have a tradition in our company on Fridays. We do have a demo day. So each and every team demonstrates what they did that week to other teams in Jotform. So even our office layout is in accordance with this. We do have small agile teams. So we do have small team rooms in our offices. We work on site, by the way. We do not have remotes. We don't have, hybrid schedules. So we really believe in the efficiency of working on site, having people together in the same room, working on a whiteboard together, brainstorming. So, and also we do have demo areas, even small auditoriums in our office spaces for this event, for our demo days. So that's how we achieve alignment among our teams. I mean, we do have offices in multiple countries, so you know this event contributes a lot as well.
Understood. 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 And how do you ensure all of these teams are aligned as you scale up, Burak? In your role as a COO, how does your role come into the play?
Well, I mean, in an ideal world, the company doesn't need me, so I'm just making sure that every piece is working as expected. And my main reason for existence is our founder, our CEO, is still with us. So uh, my main purpose is creating space for him so that he can act as a founder. So especially during these days, because the AI revolution is here, and we have just launched our AI agents product last year. And maybe I should talk about that story as well, because that's a perfect story about growth and product development, actually. So, um, you should start somewhere. And once the AI revolution started, we had a hack week on what to do. And we decided to develop a new feature for our forms that can talk. That was the main idea. So, and we do have a competitor advantage, to be honest. Once we decide to release a new feature or a new product, we already have 35 million organizations in our user base. So we do have a lot of organizations who are eager to test new products, new features. And we do have a horizontal product, by the way. So every industry is using Jotform. So we have started testing this product, forms that can talk, but then we realized that um, forms is basically speaking a tool for data collection, right? It's just a subset of communication between an organization and its audience. But once you introduce AI, what people expect from your product is not just about data collection anymore. It's about handling the all communication, the entire communication between you and your audience. So uh, it was not about forms anymore. It was about customer service. It was about handling the entire communication. So we had to pivot our product, and we released a customer service product last year. And it's again all about understanding people's needs. And once again, AI is not hype. As long as you understand the pain points and the needs of your users or people, then people start using your product. People start paying for your product. So, that's my ultimate goal, to be honest, in this company, creating space for our CEO so that he can act again as a founder and work on our AI products and AI features.
That's so well put, Burak, and beautifully said. Next coming on to the operation space, like, is that, if you were to give three key pieces of advice with our listeners who aspire to excel in this space, what would that be, Burak?
Well, first things first, you need to be like a Swiss Army knife. So it's not just, you need to have knowledge on many things. Like, it's not just about product development, quality, growth, marketing, sales, finance, accounting. So you need to develop yourself on those fronts as well, because you need to be on top of everything. Secondly, uh, you should not be afraid of testing new things, new ideas. Uh, you should be able to go bold and make decisions, and you should understand the fact that you're going to fail in some cases. You should get familiar with that. You will have bad days. You will have crises. So you should get familiar with those kind of stuff. And the third one, you should take time off because otherwise you're going to burn out, and you definitely need a fresh mind. So I mean, it's not just about hard work. You still need some time to rest. So that you can function properly and increase your productivity and creativity. So these would be my top three advices.
Well, that brings us to the end of this insightful episode of Go to Masters. Big thanks to Burak for sharing his experiences and valuable insights. Remember, you can tune in every week to learn more from game changers driving hypergrowth in companies across the globe. Go to Masters is brought to you by Everstage, your trusted partner for transforming the way businesses handle sales compensation. I'm your host, Shafiq, signing off.